Good morning. It's Monday, September 1st, 2025. It's Labor Day, and I'm recording this video on the same day that I edit it because I have off from work. So I figured why not just do it all in one day. It's the start of a new month, and it's time to report on how things went in August. So I'm going to start off with the weight loss goal as usual. As with every month, I aim to lose 5 pounds in August. That was going to be down from 208 at the start of the month. Yesterday, I weighed in the morning at 205.9 pounds. So in total, I lost about 2 pounds, which is falling short a little bit, but at least it's going in the right direction. But there is a little bit of a caveat to this one. Some may call it an excuse. At the start of the month, I also started taking creatine, which can lead from like 2 to 4 pounds of weight gain, I've heard. And the first week or so, I lost weight fairly quickly, water weight, I guess. I was sticking to my calorie goal of around 2,000 calories a day. I think I got down to like 203. I basically hit my goal in the first couple weeks. And then slowly, as the month went on, it came up and up and up to where it is now. And I think that's probably down to, hopefully, mostly the creatine. Also, from what I've read, that only lasts about a month, so I should be stabilized now. I believe I should see my planned 5 pounds loss in the coming months if I don't change anything. So that's the plan for weight loss. Next goal, video production. This one is the first month where I exceeded my goal. Obviously, I'm coming out with this video today on the 1st as scheduled, but I released a mid-month video in August. I forget what the video is called, but basically cyclocross practices are starting up, and I needed to do a little shakeout ride on my cross bike just to make sure the brakes were all good and everything was working well. I did make a couple tweaks after that video to the bike. As far as video production goes, I think it was a pretty good success. It took me a little while to edit that one, mostly because I had never done closed captioning before, or subtitles, I guess you might call it. I forgot to put my little foam protector thing on the camera. The camera was rattling pretty loudly on the bike, and you couldn't really hear what I was saying through a lot of the video. So anytime I was talking on the bike, I added in little subtitles, make it a little easier to understand the video. And I'd never done that before, so it took a little while. But the core edit of that video went pretty quick. So I edited it all probably within like an hour. Once I started going into looking at doing subtitles, throwing in music and stuff, that probably added another hour or two maybe. But in general, it went pretty quick. So I think I'm getting better, exceeded that goal, still doing the first of the month videos. So everything is going good on that goal. So that's the 2 main goals wrapped up. Let's go into the secret monthly goals. I had 3 secret monthly goals in August, and I kind of tried to mix it up a little bit this time. 2 of my monthly goals were working towards the weight loss goal. So I'm going to start with the first one that I failed, which is I wanted to go all month without ordering takeout or having fast food or anything like that. I was pretty good about that, but there were, I think, 2 or 3 occasions I ordered Chipotle after a cyclocross practice, or, I was out of food in the house and I didn't really want to cook anything. The classic excuses that you make for ordering takeout. So I did fail at that goal. I probably would have ordered a lot more takeout if I hadn't had that goal. Still technically failed the goal. So we'll mark that one down as a failure, unfortunately. The next secret monthly goal, also related to weight loss, this one I succeeded at, was I wanted to go all month without drinking alcohol at home. I don't really go out a lot to bars, restaurants. Pretty much anything I eat or drink for the most part is at home. Any alcohol I drink is also at home for the most part. And I find that is a very easy way to gain weight or maintain weight for me. So I figured just don't do it at home. That's an easy way to reduce that intake and maybe help me get out of the house a little bit more. That wasn't really the main point of it, but I did probably see friends probably at least twice as much as I normally would when they're going out and say, hey, you want to come out, hang? Not necessarily for drinking, but that usually happens when you go out and hang with friends and family. I definitely drank less than I normally would. It wasn't that hard. Regular viewers of the channel know in 2023, I think, I went a full year without drinking alcohol at all. So that aspect of it is not difficult for me. I think it helped weight loss, helped me get out of the house more. All around successful goal. I might keep doing that goal regularly. I don't know if I'm going to do it like all the time, but I might come back to that when I feel like it's a good time to do it. I don't know. Didn't really put that much thought into it, but I think it's good practice. Anyway, on to the third and final secret goal. This one I technically succeeded at, and I'll explain what that means. So this goal was a skateboarding goal. I wanted to learn to drop in on a quarter pipe. If you don't know about skateboarding, dropping in is basically put your foot and the board on the edge of the ramp. It's called the coping, and you go in. Pretty much any skateboarding footage that you see that has ramps, there will be people dropping in. It's how you gain speed quickly. It's how you get into a bowl, all that kind of stuff. I think I dropped in like twice to 3 times when I was a kid and I skateboarded, and as an adult, certainly hadn't done it. That was just a quick thing I wanted to learn how to do, mainly so I could get more use out of the skate parks, because there's only so much you can do without being able to drop in. So that was my skateboarding goal. I wanted to learn to drop in, and I specified on my little notes that I take the definition of if I've learned how to drop in is, can I drop in 10 times in a row? The one thing I didn't specify, which I'm realizing now I probably should have, is the size of the ramp. Dropping in, as it turns out, is not that hard once you do it the first time, basically. It's pretty much just getting over the fear hump of, oh my God, I'm going down what looks like a straight wall into concrete. Once you get over that fear, that's it. You just can do it. I started out on a really tiny, not even a quarter pipe. It's almost like a kicker. So I started out on that tiniest one, first started rolling in on it. Then I started dropping in with my tail on the coping of that little ramp. Then I started that on the middle one. That was a little bit of a fear hurdle to get over. So after I practiced on those, I moved up to the top, the very center of the skate park. There's a tiny little quarter pipe. It has coping, but it's like 1.5 feet tall, maybe 2 feet tall if we're generous. So dropping in on that was pretty much the same as dropping in on the little kicker ramp type thing. So I started on that thing. It's so small, it wasn't really scary. I just went down and I figured if I fall, I'm falling 2 feet. I've fallen 2 feet a bunch of times. Not the end of the world. Went down that pretty easily, so I very quickly moved on to the next one up. It's the medium-sized quarter pipe at this skate park. It took a little bit of priming, riding up and down fakie to feel the height, and eventually I just tried it. I put my tail on the thing and I said, this is scary, but let's go do it. If I fall 3 feet, probably not that big of a deal, and I just did it. And I have some footage. I think this was the first day that I started dropping in on this ramp. So it was still pretty new, but like I said, once you get the first one, it's not really hard. It's not a challenge to do more than one. So eventually, once the park was cleared out enough to film several in a row, I just started doing them back to back. I don't remember how many I did, but it's definitely more than 10. So that was pretty easy. If I'm counting that size of ramp, I would say I succeeded. One thing I did not succeed at is dropping in on the big, I think 5 or 6 foot quarter pipe. That one is not that much taller than the medium one, but for some reason when I go to the top of that, it feels way taller. So that's still not unlocked in my repertoire. I do want to get that this year, ideally. I think that goal was still a success. I can drop in on the medium quarter pipe, and I feel like I'm more prepared to drop in on the big one. I just haven't tried it yet. In addition to learning to drop in, I also spent a lot of time practicing kick turns on the quarter pipes. I got pretty good at backside. My front side is still very rusty. I also learned some other basic tricks. I can go up, come down fakie on a decent sized quarter pipe. I learned how to rock to fakie on a little tiny quarter pipe. And I tried out some ollies, 180s, and stuff like that on the banks. It's pretty hard, but I was able to do some rough ones. Yeah, in general, just had a really great time this month at the skate park. I was there probably like twice a week. I went to the turf, which is amazing, but it was super crowded. Generally a successful goal. I wish I would have tried dropping in on the big one, but it was scary, so I did not do that. That's it for the secret goals. generally pretty successful month. It's a bit of a bummer that I did not get my 5 pounds weight loss, but I think next month I should be able to hit that without too much trouble if I just keep doing what I did this month, basically. I think that's going to be it for this video. If you want to see more bike content or any other kind of videos in the middle of the month, definitely let me know. I'm open to doing more videos, maybe even short videos, ideally, because that'll be quicker to edit. Let me know. I think that's going to do it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Here's to a good September.